In your grade 7, you've learned that a star is a gigantic glowing ball of hot gas. The temperature is so high that anything that comes close to it will get burned. Thus, the star that falls from the sky, where we say our wish is not actually a star. But, what is it? It could be a meteor, a comet, or an asteroid. Let's start with asteroid. What is an asteroid? An asteroid is a small rocky object that revolves around the sun. It is smaller than a planet, but a larger than we call meteoroids. Most asteroids are found in the asteroid belt, a region between Mars and Jupiter. Sometimes, when they're displaced from their orbit, they tend to make the path of other celestial bodies, sometimes near the Earth. Examine the illustration to learn more about it. Sometimes, asteroid collides with another asteroid. Small pieces of it breaks off. These small pieces or fragments are called meteoroids. If a meteoroid comes close enough to the Earth's atmosphere, it is pulled by the Earth's gravity. It burns, vaporizes, and turns into a meteor. A meteor is a spark of light in the sky caused by a meteoroid that crashes towards the Earth's atmosphere. It is commonly known as a shooting star or falling star. So when we see and wish upon a shooting star, we are not actually referring to a star, but to a meteor. Sometimes, a meteor is large to be completely burned or vaporized during its travel towards the Earth. Its remnants falls on the ground. That remnant is called a meteorite. Comets are sometimes mistaken as meteor, because when they move into the Earth, they look like shooting stars. But these two are not the same. Comets are a combination of ices, both water and frozen gases, and dust. They are sometimes called dirty snowballs or icy mud balls when seen from outside the Earth's atmosphere. They are invisible except when they are near the sun. Comets have several distinct parts, such as nucleus, composed mostly of ice and gas with a small amount of dust and other solids. Coma, composed of a dense cloud of water, carbon dioxide, and other neutral gases sublimed from the nucleus. Hydrogen cloud, a huge but very sparse envelope of neutral hydrogen. Dust tail, composed of smoke-sized dust particles driven off the nucleus by escaping gases. This is the most prominent part of a comet to the unaided eye. Comets originate from Kuiper Belt and the Oort cloud. This means these areas are located very far from the sun. It is believed that comets visible from Earth are most likely coming from the Kuiper Belt, which is near Pluto. On the other hand, the Oort cloud is so far away that no one have ever seen it. There are millions of comets and they are all orbiting the sun. When they crash into each other, oftentimes they change direction and that lead them to the solar system. When a comet approaches the inner planets, it is warmed by the sun. It then begins to melt and throws out dust and gas, creating the comet's head and the tail. The tail is the part of the comet we see in the sky. The tail always points away from the sun. This means that sometimes the tail is behind the comet and sometimes it in front. It all depends on whether the comet is traveling towards or away from the sun. When the tail of a comet enters the Earth's atmosphere, when it passes through the orbit of the Earth, a meteor shower occurs. Meteor shower looks like a rain of shooting stars. That's one of the reasons why a comet is mistaken as a meteor.